In this video we're going to talk about setting up a fire for a barbecue to cook on, how we're going to light it and how we're going to let it burn down. And we're going to make the fire using the available twigs that we find around the barbecue site, and all this will be happening on the top of Mt Coot-tha near Brisbane. Now if you can, you start the fire with a bit of paper. Doesn't normally need much. In under the grate. The first lot of wood is critical. It needs to be dry and it needs to be quite small. And of course there's a good engineering reason why this is so, because what we want is for the thin wood to be very easily brought up to the temperature at which it will burn and form a self-sustaining fire. The other thing, of course, why it's fine is because this is what we call a gas-solid reaction. We need to maximise the surface area of the solid, and we do that by having the solid as fine as possible. So, plenty of small wood. And as we build a fire, we slowly move to slightly thicker wood. The other thing that's important to remember at this stage is we're not trying to build a fire in the entire grate. We're just trying to build a fire in the centre that we can later on expand a little. So we just keep crossing this with layers of wood, but keeping it reasonably open because we don't want to impede the flow of hot gases up through this wood. And of course in the background perhaps you can hear the magpies. Now it's probably getting near time for something a bit heavier, because we want something that we can get to light and sustain the fire a bit better. Again, it's important that they're dry. And the matches. Now if there was any breeze, I'd light on the upwind side of the fire, but there isn't, so I'll just light it in a couple of places. There, and maybe there. And I'll put the burning match in as well. Now we've got some fire, we can start to add some larger wood. And that's now blazing up nicely. The purpose of this exercise is essentially to get a bed of red hot charcoal. The wood will burn to charcoal and then the charcoal will burn more slowly. Once this medium-sized wood is burning well, it's about time to begin to spread the fire out a bit. So now we can spread this out a bit more. Any convenient piece of wood's a poker. Spread that out a bit and we can start to think about putting on some bigger wood. Doesn't have to be all that nicely trimmed, it just has to be big. So that goes in there, trying to avoid being burnt. And that is there. And some of these other fragments Now this fire is going to take quite some time to burn down to charcoal, so it's probably wine drinking time. And of course the fire is now well alight, but far too hot to cook on. Although you will see people who don't know what they're doing cooking on a fire like this. I suppose it's okay if you like eating charcoal. But the thing now is to just let this burn down. So the heat is steady and even and not too high. And that's going to take a while. It requires a bit of patience, but we'll wait. And it's beginning to burn down. The flames are a lot less intense. It's not quite as hot, but it's still got a while to go. And then it'll be a beautiful fire to cook a barbecue on. And it will have been worth the wait. And here we are, our big logs have almost completely burnt down and we're getting fairly close to being ready to cook. Unfortunately, with a barbecue like this with a fixed plate, it burns the plate a bit and we're going to have to recondition the plate a little. But that's only a minor issue. Another 5 or 10 minutes and we'll be away. So here we are, I reckon we're just about ready. All I need to do is to clean the plate, oil it, and we can start cooking. Well, here we are and we're cooking. And it's still a bit on the hot side, but there we go. There, just burnt down to charcoal, hardly any flames, and it's more than hot enough. If anything, I've been a little bit too quick, but it's cooking beautifully. And of course, the final thing that the fire is good for is getting rid of the plates and the eggshells. There you go.